Before you go on your next vacation, I want to show you how to get the perfect vacation hair for little to nothing. All you'll have to pay for is the braiding hair, but you can do this style yourself. I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to do twists in your hair. I'm doing Senegalese twists. As you can tell, I'm almost done with them, but I wanted to save this part to share with you. Twists are very beautiful to me. They just have like a very clean look to them, but using this twisting method, which is the invisible method, you do not start it with a braid. I hope you can see that really well. You don't start it with the braid. It's a twist all the way throughout. It looks very natural. It looks very beautiful. It's seamless, and it can also be used in other twisting styles, whether you want Marley twist, kinky twist, you name it. You can use it with pretty much any twisting style. So I'm going to give you guys a tutorial and show you exactly how to do it. My goal is that this tutorial is so easy. I watched tutorials. That's how I learned to do it. I've been doing this style on my hair for over 10 years at this point, and it's second nature to me. So I'm gonna try to slow it down and teach it to you how it was taught to me. I'm gonna just go ahead and jump right in here. Let's dive right in. I'm gonna come a little bit closer so you can see what's going on here. I've already created my section that I'm gonna be using. So if you can tell my parts, I'm not that person that's a stickler about parts. I just want them to look like, I don't know, just clean enough. They don't have to be exact though. So I'm gonna take this piece of hair here, this one section that I'm using, and I'm gonna just divide it in two pretty equal sections. They're not exact, but they're pretty close. They're not exact, and that's fine. Then you just have one piece of hair. This is all one piece, and it's just folded over. So if you can see that, and this is literally just fresh out of the pack. It was pre-stretched hair. I didn't do anything to it except pull a piece reflecting the size of a braid that I wanted. So, and that's another thing. I say braid a lot. I mean twist, bear with me. It's as close as I can get to doing a braid. So you're gonna have the left side here, right side here, and then you'll just take the hair and you'll add them respectfully together. You're not doing anything other than laying it over. So left side here lays with the left side, right side of the braiding hair lays with the right side of your hair. So that's it. So now you're just gonna move your hands up toward the root here, and you're just gonna kind of hold it in place, and using your index finger and your thumb, you're just gonna twist. And you're going to twist one side only. Starting with your right side, just twist it toward your body. So you're just gonna twist, and with your left hand, just kind of hold it in place, making sure it doesn't go anywhere. But with your left hand, you're holding it in place. Right hand, you're twisting toward the body. And let's actually use the term rolling instead of twisting, because we will be twisting later. So you're gonna do that for about an inch, and then just hold it in place. Now you're gonna go over to the opposite side, which is gonna be the left side where you haven't done anything yet. And you're just gonna take this left side and you're gonna do the exact same thumb and index finger, and you're gonna roll it away from the body. So going in the opposite direction of the right side. So we're just rolling here, and you may need to use your other fingers to kind of grip now that one side is already holding it. So you're only doing this for about 1 inch, and then you can fill in the middle and like, okay, there's no loose hair, there's nothing like that going on. So now you're going to take these two sides, left and right, and you're just gonna cross them over each other, making an X. You're gonna put the right side over the left side, and you're gonna repeat that motion. The right side goes over the left side. So now you're gonna need to twist, you're gonna need to roll more. So we're going to just roll as we go down. Continue crossing. Continue just doing a regular 2-strand twist. I also want to note that my hair is 4C. And I don't put anything on it other than oil when I twist my hair. I don't use any sort of edge control gel or anything like that. And that's simply preference. The reason I don't really use edge control is because edge control, it's really, really good at keeping everything in place. But sometimes it's so good that when I get ready to take these out, it's hard. Like, it's literally hard. Like, it's literally hardened to the hair. So with twists, they're very easy to just unravel. You can pretty much put a finger through them and just unravel them. But with the gel, with edge control, it's like really hard. So you just kind of hit the space where you're stuck. And then I have to like use water or a spray bottle to get it, I guess, to soften and the product to kind of come out. So that's really the only reason I don't. And we all know that when you're growing your hair, length is retained by the ends of your hair and how much length you retain at the end of your hair. Everybody's scalp grows pretty much at the same rate, but everybody's hair does not maintain the length at the ends, because sometimes we put our ends through too many things. So I just don't put it on my hair. And even without putting it on my hair, you can see that I have pretty frizzy hair. It's 4C. I don't blow dry it before braiding or putting it in a protective style. I just go in all natural, and I still get really, really good results because the way that you're rolling the hair, it really, really takes a lot of the frizz out, and it just it just makes it really easy. Now I have already brushed through my hair, so if you have any, like, I don't know, any sort of tangles, anything like that, brush through it. You don't want to just, twist over it. But I am going to do a second one here for you guys to see. And I hope you're practicing along. I hope that you are pausing and coming back to it. Try it with me. Grab any hair that you have and just try it. So you're going to want to get as close to the root as possible. Remember, this was one piece here, and I've already divided it into 2. So there's going to be one piece for each side of the twist. So we have our left side with the braiding hair, and we have our human hair right next to it. Haven't done anything to it yet. And then we also have our right side here, where we have human hair that grows from my scalp and braiding hair that I'm adding in. So now we're going to pull this and you're going to pull it taut and just get close as possible to the root. That's very important so that your twists are not sagging and falling out looking like they've been in 4 weeks when they just got completed that day. So now remember, the right side, we're going to roll that toward our body. Rolling it towards our body only for about 1 inch. Now we're holding it in place, and we're rolling the left side away from our body. Away, rolling it outward. Opposite direction of how you rolled the first side. Now I'm filling the middle. Yep, it's right at the scalp. That's perfect. There's no extra hair. And now I'm just going to cross the 2 over. And it's going to go right over left. And it is important the direction you go. You'll realize that if you try to go left over, it will just unravel. So you do have to just follow that. And when I started, I just had to kind of get into the hang of doing it. So it wasn't something that I just got natural the first time I did it. I had to really focus. So again, left side is going out, right side is going towards my body. And I'm just continuing this, left side out, right side in, crossing them over, left side out, right side in, crossing it over. And I'm doing this all the way down. I'm just rolling with my fingers. Feel free to add a middle finger in there to roll. But the rolling is what keeps everything frizz free, and it's what keeps everything looking nice and smooth. So it's a very important step that you don't want to skip. If you need to brush through, if any of the ends feel a little thick, brush through them. It won't hurt anything because you've already fastened the hair in here. It's not going anywhere. It's not coming out. Unless maybe your hair is pretty short, then of course it won't be able to grip it, and it can come loose or get a little loose or whatnot, but for the most part it's not going anywhere. It is as secure as a braid once you twist it in that way. So remember, this can be done with Marley hair. This can be done with so many different looks. And if you can't braid and all you can do is twist, but you want more of like a boho beachy look, you can always just leave some hair out, or you can use a crochet needle to put some hair through. You can do it just like braids. This is a really durable style. And again, I've already parted my hair, so that's how I'm just grabbing and going. I've already parted it, so I only have 3 braids left. I don't remember if I combed this one out, brushed it out. It looks like I have. So I'm gonna give you guys one more example here. And I'm gonna grab my hair. I just have it sitting right next to me. And it's a really quick process, actually. It's not as long as you would think it would take. So I just have my hair here, one long strand, folded in half. And you do want to make sure that the ends are pretty even. That is important, because if not, you're going to run out of one side before running out of the other. So you're going to take that one chunk of hair that you've already parted, and you're going to just split it in 2. That's it. And you're going to add left hair to left side, right hair to right side of braiding hair. And then you're just going to roll the right side. I always start with the right side. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm right-handed, but I always start with the right side and I roll it toward me. If you decide to do it the opposite way, you can as well, but just remember, you'll need to do everything opposite, including which side you put over the other when you initially start the twist. Left side is going to roll away from my body, outward, and we're only doing about 1 inch. So yeah, I started doing these. I just thought they were beautiful. I thought Senegalese twists were beautiful, and it was probably around maybe 2000, oh gosh, I don't know, 13 or so, and I just thought they were beautiful, and I wanted to know how to do them. I didn't know anybody in the area I lived in at the time who could do them, so I just decided I was going to figure out what they were called, and I was going to find somebody online that could show me. Back then, it was only the Senegalese and the Ghanaians on here who were doing them. The Ghanaians called them like Ghana twists, and the Senegalese called them Senegalese twists. So back then, that's all there was. And then over time, they started to add different types of twists, like Marley twists and kinky twists and things like that. Kinky twists been around a long time too, but yeah, that was how I got started doing this. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish up. I only have this section left, thank goodness. It has been a long day of braiding, twisting, but I'm gonna finish this up, and then I'm gonna come back and show you how I seal the ends and get them all curled. Okay, so now that I've finished all of the twists in my hair, everything's done. So now it's time to go ahead and get it ready for the curls and to seal it. So the way that I do the curls and seal it is simply to take like a perm rod like this, just one of these white little perm rods here, and I just put it in my hair. So I just look it over just to make sure there are no stray ends. There are a few strays, so I'm gonna this is all I have, don't judge me, it's not real hair. So I just kind of cut these even. It doesn't really matter because once they're curled, they're curled. So this will lock it in, and I just wrap it around. So the front of my hair is shorter than the back of my hair, so I don't worry so much about dipping my actual hair. But when I'm dipping it, you're dipping it in hot water. I don't dip my own hair in hot water. So And as you can see, like on these back ones, that's why the curls start lower, because you can see my hair ends where the black ends. So the curl could only be down here. So with the front of my hair, because of the way that it's layered, I can go up a little higher. So I'm just right now going through doing like a quality control, basically, just making sure that my ends are looking good, that they're still twisted, they haven't unraveled yet, while waiting to do the dip process. And in order to dip, it's really preference. All you do is get some water and you heat it. I heat mine on the stove. I've seen people heat theirs in the microwave. I've seen people use like really tall, deep cups. I just do like a small pot. So see, as I'm going through, this one's kind of unraveled. So I'm just gonna retwist. There's usually a few that have unraveled throughout the process. So I'm just gonna take it back down. And again, I've done this for years. So I move pretty quick when I'm doing it. Okay, so I have dipped them, and when I dip them, it's really important to not squeeze them, because when they're hot, the hair is very pliable. So it's gonna hold whatever shape you apply to it while it's being dipped or while it's hot. So for instance, it's gonna get a curl because I have it wrapped around something. So if I grab it, it will also have like little indentations in it, if that makes sense. So I don't grab it. I just kind of pat them dry and wait until they're cool enough. And once I know that they're cool enough, that's when I go ahead and unravel. So, and as you can see, it is curled, and this gives a tighter curl because it's a small perm rod. I used to use the pink perm rods. Like I said, I think they're all the same like size correlation, but I could be wrong. And then this one I didn't clip, so it had a little bit of, like, I don't know, the little hair that was a little uneven on the end, but it's not a big deal. It can also be clipped after. So now I just kind of finger comb through like this. I have never used a brush, a comb, anything like that, and I don't recommend it because it is still twisted. So you can get that kind of, intertwined in there. But let's pull the front forward and let's see. I don't know if you can see the bottom here, but the goal was that it was a little layered in there and darker in the front, framing my face, but it's still summertime, so I still want a little bit of color in there. So after curling the ones on the top, the new ones, I realized that I actually wanted to add a little bit more curl to the bottom ones because they have been in for a few weeks, and with the color difference, it really stood out. So in order to really get them to kind of mesh a little better, I went ahead and freshly curled the bottom ones as well, just so that they would kind of be closer in length. Like I said, one was pre-stretched, one I stretched. So yeah, this is it. This is the final look. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. And the only thing I didn't really mention is that I am going to be adding more of the 4 color to the back so that it's a more subtle transition, but I still want my pop of color because, like I said, it is summer. Let me know what you think in the comments. I would love it if you follow me, subscribe. Yeah, I would love to hear more. Don't forget to like the video. Thanks.